Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let me go ahead and check my settings because I'm trying not to be hopeful here. I did have to, as usual, restart from the beginning. So hopefully, you guys are seeing that the live is here. I hope some of you tuned in to my quick little car talk from earlier when I was just like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. It is happening tonight for realsy this time, but I will check my settings before we do this thing. Okay. All right. Checking settings. No way. No. Are we also broadcasting to the tube of you? Did it happen without me thinking about it too much? Guys, did we just have a 6th anniversary miracle happen? I think we might have. I think we might be broadcasting in both places for the first time in like 2 months. So it's a party. It's something to celebrate. Let me also check on my other stuff. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay. Yes. Guys, is this too much to ask for? Is this too much of a miracle? Seriously? Like, Fran, is this for reals? Am I also broadcasting to the tube of you? Because I know I'm broadcasting to the book of face because Fran can see me. Let me look, and then we'll do introductions. Oh my God. This is too much to ask for. This is like the best 6th anniversary live stream gift ever. Guys, I think it's working. I think it's, no. What? What? Yeah, it's real. It's working. It's working in both places. You have cupcakes, Fran. You have cupcakes. Oh, so nice. All right. So we will do introductions in a moment. But let's do the intro. Be right back. Holy cow, guys. Holy cow. It's working. We're back in business on both. We're simulcasting on both places, so I don't have to re-upload this to YouTube. Thank you, technology gods. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hillary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hillary of tarotbyhillary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. I've been saying this for the last 6 years. You have intuition. So on tonight's episode, this is a party, folks. We have been doing this live stream as of August for 6 years. 6. I can't believe it. And I don't think you guys can believe it either. Now, some of you have been with me from the beginning since I first started doing the live stream. I started doing them over on the Book of Face. I then upgraded to Be Live, which is my third-party software app that I do pay for. Really great thing to bring more professionalism to it, to create these lower thirds that you see here, to shout out your comments. Stephanie also would like a cupcake, Fran. And yeah, we've been doing this for 6 years. So for the 6th anniversary episode, which we tried to do last week, and last week was crazy, guys. I could not get Be Live to work at all. So we did a very bare bones episode over on the Tube of You, which nobody attended. It was like a half an hour later. So it was like I tried to do it at 7 p.m. It was like 15 minutes in length. I kept it up because, full transparency. I will put up the successes. I will also keep up the mistakes. So you can see what growth and evolution actually looks like in real time. So some people will delete their first attempts at streaming from years and years ago. I've left it up. So there are a couple of YouTube videos that I have on my YouTube channel, at Tarot by Hillary on most platforms. And you can look back from 12, 13 years ago with the yellow background. I know exactly where I filmed that. That was in my room at my mother's apartment. That yellow paint, that was my room. It's now the guest room, or the guest room that my mom always wants me to come over and clean up because there's still stuff there. Because why? It's great storage space. Just keeping it right. Exactly, Stephanie. Keeping it real. Got to keep it real. So I'm really a big proponent of that, of showing the evolution. My tapping teacher, Gala Darling, also has kept up all of her old videos. So there are videos of her before her magenta goddess formation, where she's got short black hair or short purple hair, and she's very mousy and she's very quiet and she's teaching tapping. And now, however many years later, she's this like golden goddess, right? But I think that's part of the reason why people are attracted to her. People are attracted to me. People are attracted to the people that are keeping it authentic. We're all human. We put our pants on one leg at a time. We poop, we fart, we burp. We have zits on our face sometimes. Sometimes we don't wear makeup at all on our live streams. I'm not wearing any makeup today because I just didn't have the time. But, there is a certain je ne sais quoi to that. There's a certain level of authenticity to that, where it's just like, you got to keep it real. There are some, like, I have noticed this is one of the greatest compliments that people can give me when they go onto my website and they look at my website, see how things are worded, see the pictures that are up there, see the design. And they book a reading with me, and then I give them the reading, or I meet them, or I'm giving them the tarot tutoring, or what have you. They will say, you are exactly what I expected. Your website does a very good job of representing you exactly as you are. I take that as a humongous compliment, because sometimes in the digital world, you don't know who you're booking with. You don't know who you're talking to. It can be a real strange and scary place, the internet. So I take that as a very high compliment when people book a reading with me and they say, you are exactly what I pictured or what I imagined. And, you are giving your services as advertised, and it is quality, and so are you. I'm just like, thank you. I worked really hard on my website to do so. I worked really hard with Teresa Reed all of those years ago, when I was her tarot apprentice. So anyway, Kaytee is also here. Hello to Kaytee. Hello. So this is the topic of tonight's episode. It's 6 years of doing this live stream. Let's talk about past episodes that you liked. Let's talk about past episodes that you didn't like. I'm open to it. I'm an open book. You guys know. So give me that feedback. I would love to know it. And then also let me know what episodes you want to see in the future. Let me know how you want this live stream to progress, because I want to keep it going. I hope you guys want to keep it going, but I can't do that without you. So look in the mirror, pat yourselves on the back, thank yourselves for showing up every week, because if you don't show up every week, I have no reason to do this. That's me just screaming like an old man at clouds. Stephanie says, I am always drawn to authenticity in the tarot world and the muggle world. Like, why not? Why shouldn't you be, right? And also I wanted to use this episode to feature some of the things that are coming up, some of the things that also you guys have kind of noticed about how this live stream is progressing. You've noticed more unboxings, right? I love to do unboxings. I love to do unboxings. And now I'm at the point in my tarot career where tarot publishers have noticed me. And, I also have lovely friends that are tarot deck authors and creators. Listen, I'm an author myself. I do have my book, How to Read Tarot. That's like one of my favorite episodes, by the way. When I did oh my God, my author copies of my book got here. Like that was a pretty big deal of an episode to me. So that's personally speaking, that's one that's near and dear to my heart. And so I am also a tarot author in all of this. But some of my friends are a little bit more famous than I am, like Melissa Sonova. A lot of people know Melissa Sonova. Not as many people know about me. That's fine. So Melissa Sonova's claim to fame is Kitchen Table Tarot, which is a really, really great book. And so she has her connections to publishing, and it's just like, hey, listen, I don't like Oracle decks. As you guys know, if you guys listen to Card Slingers Coast to Coast, which happened around the same time as this live stream started. Actually, this live stream is older than Card Slingers. Live stream started, I believe, in August, and Card Slingers started in January of the next year. And we did the Kitchen Table Gathering in first weekend in November. So this live stream is older than Card Slingers by a couple of months. But Melissa has said, to some of the publishers, hey, I don't dig Oracle decks, but I know that Hillary and Jamie use Oracle decks. So you might want to send them Oracle decks. So now I have the extreme pleasure to kind of whittle down my list, because now I'm getting review boxes from different publishers like Red Real Weiser. Thank you so much, by the way, to the publicists at Red Real Weiser. They are just like, they're always sending me emails. Hey, would you like a review or copy of this? I'm just like, yeah, of course. But I also will be honest about it if it's not my jam. So, by the way, guys, I got my copy of Protection Spells. They didn't send me mushrooms. They sent me protection spells, which is what I asked for. Yay. We also have pocket-sized mini Weiser Tarot. Come on. Look at the cellophane. Look at possible future unboxings. Woo! So I am now having to compile a list for Llewellyn titles. And there are some wonderful, wonderful tarot decks that Llewellyn is coming out with. I actually have a list that I have going right now, and I have to request a deck for Melissa because Melissa is the talent. So I'm happy to request some things for myself and for her. But dude, we have some really great books coming out or already come out. We also have some awesome tarot decks: the Verdance Tarot, the Lubanco Tarot, the Hedge Witch Tarot, the Fairy Tale Tarot. These are upcoming decks, or they're out, or they were just recently published that I'm gonna get my hot little hands on. Okay. Either in my own individual capacity to review or to review with Card Slingers as well. We're getting a lot of stuff. By the way, we are more than likely going to do an interview with Stephanie Capone, who is the author of Tarot for Manifestation. Beautiful, beautiful book. I think I might have mentioned this on the live stream before. I also got a copy of Talismans and Tarot by Lori Lytle, also a friend to the live stream and to Card Slingers. Talismans and Tarot, look at that. Beautiful. Thank you so much to Sarah Harker from Red Wheel Weiser for sending me that. And then my other contact at Red Wheel is Erin, I believe. Come on, guys. And this is actually something that I teach. I have taught classes at the Breed's Closet Beltane Festival on combining tarot and talismans, like literally. And I have an ebook on that you can purchase on my website. I think it's like $1. So I can send that along for you. Again, tarotbyhillary.com right there. If you want to find a way of using tarot and talismans. So I was very interested in knowing that Lori was publishing a book on that exact topic because I teach that. So I kind of wanted to see her take on it. So very, very cool. Like, guys, we have stuff. We have stuff to review. Tarot Magpie activated. All right. So I was gonna do the Astrobiz Digest, but I already see some really great comments. Fran says unboxing makes me want things. I think that's the point. I think that's the reason why they send me this stuff, because I want you guys to be tarot magpies too, within reason. By the way, you do not need multiple tarot decks to be a real tarot reader. One is the baseline. However, so I am going to go back through all of these comments because you guys are like, yes, this episode, yes, I love this. I'm going to go back through. I see your comments. We're going to go back to them because I want to keep things to the pillars that we know and love at this point. So we are going to be doing the Astrobiz Digest, the astro-weather. We are going to be doing the mid-episode reading, guys. So get your questions ready. You might win the mid-episode reading. And we are going to do the weekend forecast, as well as talking about episodes that we liked. So are we ready? Give me a hell yeah in the chat. I know you're there. I know you're vocal. I'm loving seeing these comments. Thank you guys so, so much. Also, let me drop a comment into the other event to make sure people know to come to this one, because I pre-scheduled and then I didn't make it on time and then it wasn't available to like start it up that way. A little bit annoying. Fran says, that's like saying you don't need an oven to be a baker. All right. Fran is also saying hell yeah in the chat. Let me just do due diligence here. I'm sure you guys all found me though. So that's good. That's great. You came to the live stream. I see you. Loading. All right. Yep, we got the live going. Okay. Let's see. If I go to the event page. Menu. Event. No, I didn't want to create an event. Stop it. That is not what I tried to do there. Ugh. No. Oh, I had it and then I lost it. Hold on a second here. Oh, it's working. Okay. Another one here. Live now. 6th anniversary episode. Yeah. It's... I don't know how that happened, guys. I guess it all streamlined together. That is wild. No way! It all streamlined together even though I was like 40 minutes late. This is like, everything's coming up Millhouse, guys. I didn't have to do a damn thing. Oh, great. Awesome. So, yes, Kaytee says one oven will do. Yes, one oven will do. One tarot deck will do ya. But we always like a variety, right? All right, let us get into the astro-weather from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astro-Biz Digest. $99 for a subscription, astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be incredibly helpful in planning my personal and my professional life. Holy crap, guys, everything's working beautifully right now. I don't want to jinx it. Oh, I'm knocking on wood. So you can go ahead and look on screen for a link to that Astro-Biz Digest. Don't go now. Go later. If you're watching the replay, go later. Open up a new tab. Go later. thetarotlady.com/Astro-Biz Digest, hyphen between Astro and Biz and Digest, for getting the subscription for yourself. I usually will shout out the main transits that are going on for the week, and then we get into the nitty-gritty for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I don't want to give away the farm. I want to be able to shout out Teresa Reed's wonderful work without giving away the farm. So if you're liking what you're hearing, highly recommend you pick up a copy of the Astro-Biz Digest. And I don't think she's ever raised the price on it. It's been $99 the entire time that she's been doing it, every single year. And I've been subscribing to it ever since she started it. So love it. Use it to plan my email readings as well as my in-person or Zoom or Skype readings. Actually, not Skype anymore. Skype's gone the way of the dodo. So phone readings, Zoom readings, in-person readings, email readings, mostly email readings, just to see if there's an astrologically prudent time to do them. I will usually arrange my schedule around that. Again, you want to work with the energy rather than against the energy. All right, so let us take a peek at this week's astrology. And I'm going to grab my iPad for this. All right. Pull this up. No, I'm not, because it's requiring me to sign in. Okay, never mind. That's fine. That's not a bad hiccup. Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't know if I've properly conveyed how excited I am that everything is working, the technology is working, that we're streaming. It's all, oh, chef's kiss. Oh, so happy that it's working. Okay. All right. Daily Digest. No. Yes. So we had the monthly summary. We've also had the weekly. All right. So a lot of stuff going on in the cosmos this week, as you can probably tell. So buckle up. I did try also to do the my card of the day. We're still using the Visionary Woman Tarot because I just haven't decided which deck to go with for the month of September. I was thinking about focusing on protection magic, but again, like I have you guys here, so you can also give your opinion as to what you would like September's deck of the month to be for card of the day polls. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a tarot deck. It could be a deck that we've used before. It could be a deck that you're interested in. It could be protection spells. It could be the mini Weiser tarot. It could be any number of things. So keep that percolating in the back of your mind. But I've been trying for the last 2 days to post card of the day. And I should have known it was going to be a burden to do so because I got the 10 of Wands from the Visionary Woman Tarot. So that was yesterday morning I pulled it. And I have still not been able to post it. That's another thing that I want to remind you guys. I did accept a full-time job at my retail space, so my schedule is looking a little bit tighter now. But I've done it before. I've had a full-time job before while also doing my tarot business. So I know I am capable of still running my tarot business like the tarot pro that I am, but also doing a full-time job elsewhere. Just a heads up. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on in the cosmos. That is very true, Sharisa. Let's see why. Let's see what's affected. So, Saturn retrograde into Pisces on the 1st allows us to revisit business boundaries. So, that's already happened. And we're continuing in Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Over the past 2 years, you may have experienced issues with clients, partners, fans, or followers. You had opportunities to strengthen your boundaries, but this retrograde brings a final test. Don't you love being tested, guys? I know I do, especially tested on boundaries. Speaking of past episodes on this live stream, have we not done workshops on boundaries? Not once, not twice, but probably thrice. Yes, we have. How do I know? Because I taught them. Because you need to teach the thing that you need to learn the most. All right, this is a final test. Saturn retrograde in Pisces, final test of your boundaries or strengthening your boundaries. How well do you deal with high maintenance types? What happens when an employee betrays your trust? Do you have policies in place to protect your peace? Review your rules and update as needed. Don't be shocked if a particularly rude person from the past resurfaces. If that happens, remember what you've learned and don't repeat old patterns. Yikes. On bikes. All right, so that's September 1st. Mercury in Virgo on the 2nd provides the perfect backdrop for planning. You can see what needs to be done, decluttered, and reorganized. Analytical powers are stronger during this transit, which lasts until the 18th. So Mercury is in Virgo from the 2nd to the 18th. So you have time to maximize this energy. This transit is also dynamite for research and communication. Meet, connect, and bring the facts. All right. Put some changes on hold when Uranus stations retrograde on the 6th at 12:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So did I say the 6th? Yes, I said the 6th. Today is the 5th. So this is something that's coming up as of tonight into tomorrow morning, the wheeze of the morning, 12:51 a.m. Instead, examine your big plans carefully. Do these changes make sense? Is a pivot necessary? If so, what do you have in place to ease the transition? This is also the best transit to review your staff, if you have a staff. How is your team serving your business? Have you given the standouts their props? Are there employees who don't seem to cut the mustard? Pep talks, raises, or firings may be in order. Uranus will be direct on February 3rd, 2026, giving you the green light to make massive business shifts. Psst. During this retrograde, keep a close eye on cultural changes. We're dipping backward for a minute, but the world lurches forward next year. Some businesses and politicians who are in authoritarian mode will be in for a reckoning in 2026. I really do love when Teresa mentions a little bit of astrology in politics or on the world stage and how that might play out. Because, we are talking about this from a business perspective, but also, there's, like life is political. Business can be political. Everything's political. So I like when she mentions things in a holistic, global way and how these events, like it's like as above, so below, how the astrology might play out on a world stage, how the astrology might play out in the macrocosm as well as the microcosm. I appreciate it. I think that's very interesting. All right, eclipse season. So we're feeling that energy. The eclipse season, it's coming. Yeah, Kaytee says politics impacts business. It sure does. Um, Liz is here. Hello, Liz. Welcome. Hey, congratulations on sixth grade. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so eclipse season, guys, kicks in with the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th. So that would be on Sunday, which can feel triggering. Emotions are big on this day, which could cause the public to be ultra sensitive. It may not be a great day to push sales. Instead, you'll want to keep marketing light, or perhaps take the day off to focus on self care. I'm off on Sunday. Yes. If you must work, it's not a bad day to finish creative projects. However, you'll want to put major decisions on hold. It's too blurry. Clarity arrives a few days later. All right, so that's everything that's happening this week. So let's get into the nitty gritty for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But there is some of the, the overall shifts, the cosmos, like overall, that are happening this weekend that I've just mentioned. Also, let me take a drink of my water because, man, this is thirsty work. See? So, listen, I usually do Feral Friday on Fridays on Instagram. We do live readings and it gets a little bit unhinged. But with my changing schedule, it might have to be Feral Tuesday or Feral Thursday or Feral, day ending in a Y. So Liz, I believe, is also doing Instagrams when she can, when she's feeling up to it. So today, no Feral Friday because I was working. You and Liz slept in, and it's like, this is why I slept all day. Yeah, eclipse season. It's going to knock you on your ass if that's how you're affected. So sometimes full moons will energize me, and sometimes full moons will knock me the fuck out. There's no real in betweens, right? Yeah, exactly. Liz, we will figure it out. We sure will. We're not going to leave you guys hanging. We're not going to leave your tarot cards unread. We got you. We got you. Same thing can be said for eclipses. Eclipses, they are extreme. They're either going to really energize you or they are going to knock you on your ass. That's just how some people experience it. All right, so nitty gritty for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The moon opposes Venus at 5:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this was this morning. This is grumpy energy. The public is unresponsive and relationships seem to fall flat. Leave well enough alone for a few hours. Then use this day to connect with your community, inspire the collective, and lead with your unique vision. Whatever you do, don't follow trends. Set them. The moon trines Mars in station void at 4:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, creating the perfect blast of energy to get last-minute loose ends tied into a neat bow. Today, Friday, is a power day for Aquarius and a weak day for Leo. All right, Saturday and Sunday. Uranus stations retrograde on Saturday at 12:51 a.m. We already talked a little bit about that energy and how to navigate it. Yes, exactly. Oh, Liz says, Joe says hi. Hi, Joe. Kaytee says lunar eclipses just add to it. Yep. And Stephanie says, no wonder I've been so tired. It's the balloon. It's the moon. Blame the moon. So the moon is still void in the morning on Saturday, so go into your days slowly if you can. Avoid starting new things until 11:54 a.m. when the moon slips into Pisces. Once that happens, creativity and intuition are abundant. Make art, trust your gut, and connect with your people. However, the moon Uranus square at 2:26 p.m. throws monkey wrenches into everything. If you need to host an event or meet with anyone, stay alert for nonsense. Know when to exit. My husband's really, really good at that. He's really good at reading the energy in the room and knowing exactly when shit is about to go down. And I was just like, what do you think that is, honey? That's intuition too. Might not be like, oh, I know who's calling on the phone before caller ID. That is also a form of intuition, but knowing when things are about to get hot and you need to jet, that's also intuition. So know when to exit. Sunday morning is chill, ideal for an art break or self-care day. The lunar eclipse in Pisces is here at 2:09 p.m. Again, we talked about that. Best plan is to rest. At 8:25 p.m., the moon trines Jupiter, a harmonious aspect that is particularly beneficial for travel, spiritual practices, or learning, or more resting. It's up to you. Both days are power days for Pisces and weak days for Virgo. And then Friday, today, is a power day for Aquarius and a weak day for Leo. Whew! Yes, exactly. Love to Irish goodbye right on time. He's excellent at it. Everyone notices too after the fact. They're just like, "Where were you? Like this whole thing went down." He was just like, "I went home." We left. We didn't say anything to anyone. We just left. All right. So, does anyone have any questions? Love you too, Liz. Thank you for stopping by. Like Anchorman. You stay classy, San Diego, and thanks for stopping by. Does anyone have any particular day we want to take a peek see in the Astrobiz Digest? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday? I feel like I covered all the bases. It feels like there was almost something every single day this week. But if you want an astrological reason why for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, let me know in the chat. I'll give you about a minute and then we'll talk about past episodes. We're already 40 minutes into this episode, which is much better than last week's attempt. It was not pretty, guys. I felt very sad. While we're waiting, I'm going to scroll up and take a look at some of these comments. And then I'll scroll back down. Stephanie says, so regarding past episodes that we've loved over the last 6 years, thank you all so much for watching. Stephanie says, I know you got me hooked on human design. Yes. So like, there's some weird stuff that I've gotten into. Stephanie is referring to the episode that I did with Meg Percy on human design. Really, really great episode. Let me see if I can actually pull that up. Damn it. I can't now. The problem with the images and videos is now I have to upload them. I can't just do a quick like link from YouTube thing. I can also, but you know what I can do? I can probably share screen and show you that episode or the thumbnail for that episode. But yeah, that was human design with Meg Percy. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take notes. I'm going to take notes and I'm going to be able to do show notes for you guys. So I'm going to put Stephanie loved the human design. Episode with Meg Percy. I'll try and do links for all of this. And that way you have everything you need. So it's just like, oh, I didn't catch that human design episode. Let me check that out. That way you can look at the show notes and just click to that episode. So let's see. Scrolling down. All right. I'm not seeing any comments about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. But feel free to, put them in there. Stephanie also says, yes, love to explore the new decks coming out to see if I need to give them my money. Absolutely. And I'm happy to do that too. I'm loving the unboxings. Kaytee's also really liking the unboxings. Unboxings are good stuff. I enjoy that as well. I'm going to say unboxing episodes in general. And I'll probably put in the playlist because I tried to make a playlist on the tube of you for our unboxing episodes or for any episodes that I might have referenced magic or tapping. Yeah, so unboxing episodes, I like unboxing episodes because, that way, let's not spend your money. Allow me to spend my money on these decks or not at all and have them, given to me by publishers for my review so that I can try it out and then let you know about it. And then also what I want to do, and I haven't been great at circling back. So I've been doing the unboxing episodes, and then I work with that deck for a month for Card of the Day polls, which you then see on my social media. I'm at Tarot by Hillary with one L on most social media platforms. So you can see it as I progress, as I go, as I pull different cards, right? You can see it in action. But what I would like to do or like to get better at is actually circling back and maybe doing a final episode on, all right, final thoughts on the Visionary Woman Tarot, which has been the deck of the month for Card of the Day polls for August. I'm still using it because I haven't chosen September's deck of the month yet, but it's right here, Visionary Woman by Christine Gorman. We can check out that unboxing. You can check out the unboxing now or after this episode, of course. And, I want to be able to circle back to some of these decks that I've unboxed and that I've used for a month's time for Card of the Day polls and give my final thoughts on them. This much better deck than I expected. At first, I was just like, yeah, like I didn't know if the artwork was attractive to me or I wasn't really pulled in by it. But as I've worked with this deck, and I love decks that have guidebooks written by the artist that created them, it just gives such a more, oh gosh, how do I put this? I mean, there is no shade to Little White Book or companion book writers. Jamie Elford is one of them, and she's very, very good at what she does. But I like, if that information is not provided to the guidebook writer, then of why you decided to put a crown of pearls in the High Priestess. Like, I want to know that information. And I find it's like guidebooks that are written by the artist that created the deck tend to be better guidebooks than those that weren't written by the artist. Personal opinion, guys. Personal opinion. So it's not 9 years. It's 6. It's 6. It's 6, Dylan. 6-year episode. You're switching your 6s and your 9s. So circling back to astrology, late Wednesday energy was revealing. Thursday late seemed to just no movement forward. A couple of undesired things happened. Things from that day have been pushed to just after the eclipse has happened. I hope they conclude that. And usually that's what happens with eclipses. That's like the final gasp, or things come to completion at that point. Give me 1 second here, because my until sunrise. Okay, good. So what was it? Late Wednesday energy into Thursday. Yep. Jupiter, Moon opposes Jupiter. Moon opposes Jupiter at 8:50 a.m., leads to travel drama, inertia, and procrastination. It requires more effort than usual to accomplish anything. Maybe take this day off. Power day for Capricorn, weekday for Cancer. Mercury squaring off with Uranus at 3:40 a.m. Funky news, twists, turns, unexpected developments. Public is in a foul mood. Moon squares Mars. Moon opposes Jupiter. So that was Wednesday. And then Thursday, Moon in Aquarius. So things started to change at that point. And then late Thursday night, Mars squares Jupiter, aggressive types, hypocrites. So yeah, that checks out, Kaytee. It sure does. Um, I don't know why you read that wrong either, but it's fine. By the way, I had a dream about you last night and about our coven. So remind me to tell you about it. I don't remember a lot of details, but I know that your dad was in it and that he's really, really happy. And he was like hanging out, like as he usually said, I'm hanging out with my witches. So I had to tell you that. I forgot. Like, I've been so busy today, hon. So busy. But I wanted to let you know I woke up and I was just like, oh, I have to tell Lizzie I dreamt of her dad. Okay. So, and Kaytee says that fits. Yep. All right. Back to episodes that we liked. So unboxings. I know that you guys are talking about. Yes. Sounds like a final opinion on unboxing episodes after a month sounds perfect. Linker mentioned the unboxing episode in it too. Right, exactly. So unboxing, and then also Fran said it before, unboxing makes me want things. Yeah. Of course. Um Sabbath series was awesome. Thank you so much. So I can also go into more details about Sabbats and Esbats, full moon, new moon rituals. We can get into more details. Actually, I feel like the first real episode that we ever did of this true actual live stream that started 6 years ago was about new moon energy and full moon energy and how to work with it. So that's a very, very old episode. And I want to be able to show some of these. New and full moon episodes. An oldie. An oldie but a goodie. So let me see if I can actually share my screen on that particular one. So I know that we're broadcasting on the tube of you. Thank God that we are finally cooking with gas here. So let's see. Tarot by Hillary. New moon rituals. Let's see. Let's see what comes up. No, that's not it. That's not it. A lot of people have stuff to say about the new moon, but it's not what I said. View channel. Yep, we got our 6th anniversary episode going on. Oh, that's another cute one. Blue Nose Witch, spooky story time, our yearly tradition. That's one of my favorites too. I hope it's one of yours. Let's see. New moon. Yeah, guys, this was 6 years ago. It was like working with the new moon and Virgo workshop and tarot readings. Oh my God. Baby Hillary. Let's see. All right. I'm going to try and share screen on this. And do the tab. Yeah. And share tab audio. That'll work. That'll do, pig. All right. Hide this. Let's see. I really do want to do a hard stop at 7:30 because actually the astrology is not so great for anything after 7:30, but I will try and get to everyone. But if you're interested in this kind of stuff, these kinds of topics, and also tying tarot into it, I would really recommend you signing up for the Card Slingers Conference that I'm going to be teaching at in St. Louis the first weekend of November. So that's November 2nd and 3rd. It's in St. Louis, and I will be teaching my signature class using tarot for spell work. So all of this kind of information, if this kind of stuff is vibing with you and you can get to St. Louis the first weekend in November, I would love to talk to you more about it and also see your bright and shining face. And of course, there's going to be other people teaching. So there will be 4 classes in all. Logical information, and for your natal charts at cafeastrology.com and astro.com. I'll pop that into the chat as well. And I'm going to again say Teresa's AstroBiz Digest subscription is really awesome. It is geared towards entrepreneurs. But I find I just like that information just to plan my life better all around, not just for entrepreneurs.
Wow.
Actually on one of her live workshop calls, and I was inspired to apply some of the stuff that she was talking about. But when I was in this live call, I decided to sign on to her course about getting confidence on camera, but she had a little bit of a giveaway thing, and I actually won it. And it's funny because I was literally using some of my manifestation techniques and also the energy of the new moon to be able to win something, and I did. So I thought that was very funny and amusing. And so I won a selfie light. That is just hysterical to me because now I get to use it with you guys for these videos. So the cycle continues.
Wow, guys. I'm kind of embarrassed, but also I'm leaving it up, man. Oh, yes. So, yeah, we will. We will. We've been talking, guys. We've been talking about it. I ain't gonna lie. We have been talking about it. So, I'm not gonna stop sharing, but I'm gonna go back into here. Yes, perfect. That'll work. And that way we can hide for right now. But yes, we are talking about bringing back the Card Slingers Conference or the kitchen table gathering. It's Card Slingers, guys. It's Card Slingers. We have been discussing at length. So, and we've been hearing you guys. So yeah, plans are happening. It's just how are we gonna? And it's probably going to be in St. Louis. And because I want to go for tacos and ice cream. So it's a completely selfish reason. I want to go for tacos and ice cream at the place called Tacos and Ice Cream. It's literally what it says. Unfortunately, the fortune teller bar is no longer in existence, which is a little bit sad. But yeah, we want to do it again too. And remember Blonde Hillary? Yeah, blonde Hillary, purple Hillary. You're gonna see all the iterations of my hair. And guys, it's really long right now. I just want to chop it off. I just want to let you know. We finally watched Thunderbolts. Not yesterday, day before. And I love Florence Pugh's hair in that. Maybe not the blonde, but that short. Mm-hmm. I think I might go there. Okay. So Lizzie says, sorry, I keep on saying Lizzie. Dillen, it's Lizzie. This is my best friend, by the way. Oh man, I remember that. I think this is the first Friday I've been home for your live in weeks. Hey, listen, it's the first Friday that I've been home in weeks. So I'm always happy to see you on here though. And this is the reason why the replay is available. In case you can't tune in live, you've got the replay on the Tube of You and the Book of Face. More so the Tube of You. I've been hearing that the Book of Face has been deleting live videos after a certain time. So we might not have quite as much of an archive on the Book of Face as I would like. So, but you've got the Tube of You for all of that. Okay, let's go back. because I'm like getting like sidetracked and excited. So yeah, Sabbath series, yes, Sabbath series we have up there. Let me actually take a peek see for that too. Hold please. Scroll backwards. Thank you very much. So Sabbath series is its own section on my channel. So if you're wondering where to find me on the tube of you, it's youtube.com/@ Tarot by Hillary. Again, Hillary with one L. And then I do have some playlists for you guys that I've hooked up. So I've got playlists for tarot education and myth busting. I have one from Ethany here. Can you see this on screen? Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, this first one over here. Can you see that? I'm sure you guys can see that. And that I can actually add one of my videos to it because I'm pretty sure I've gone over tarot myths before. I've also done music mixes. I've done one for singing because I used to do singing warm-ups a lot. Tarot in the media, I just started. That's one video with looks like Emma Watson. Book club. So we've started the book club. We've only done psychic tarot so far. We've got witchcraft, tarot spreads, subliminals, card of the day energy, tapping videos, of course, requested tapping videos, interviews. Where is it? Here's the Sabbath series right here with a nice, pretty cover. I want to go ahead and view the full playlist. So you've got that right there up on screen. Sabbath series, all 8 Sabbats in the Wheel of the Year are here. Some more than others because I've recorded a couple of episodes for each one. For some reason, we have like 3 of one and like only 1 of everything else. I don't know why, but I did those. So you can check that out. And I also did an intro video to it as well. And they are in order of the Wheel of the Year from Samhain, which we call the Witch's New Year, to Yule, to Yule. I told you, to Yule. Okay, there's 4 episodes. There's 4 episodes of Yule. I don't know why. Imbolc, Ostara, Beltane, Litha, Lunasa, 2 of Lunasa, and 1 for the autumn equinox. So yeah, we've got your bases covered in the Sabbath series. Tarot card lessons. Hold on, let me scroll down. See. Yeah, we keep up through the tube. You do indeed. You do indeed. All right, let's see what else. Unboxings, spells. Yes. Tarot card lessons, especially the troublesome 5s and 7s. Yes. I love that episode too, because it's just like, let's just talk about it. Let's just put them all out on screen. And so we can do a compare and contrast, show the differences between. And that one was actually a 2-part. No, that's not going to work. All right, let's go back to search here. 5s and 7s. So by the way, if you're seeing where I'm typing, you should be able to see it. But there's a little magnifier. If you go onto my main page, my main channel, you have home, videos, shorts, live, podcast, playlists, posts, and then you have a little, magnifying glass, and you can search. That is the place to search for any topic you think I might have covered. And if I didn't cover it, you can request an episode on it. But we've been covering a lot over the last 6 years, and I'm very open to requests. So that was double episode. It sure was. We tried to cover all of our bases. So the fives and the sevens. Let's hit the search button there. There it is. Yeah, that was a 2-part episode of the fives and the sevens of the tarot, which was a popular request. And that was a banger of a 2-part episode. So we took about an hour and a half for part 1, and we took about 2.5 hours for part 2. So if you want to tuck in and learn about the fives and the sevens of the tarot, you can totally do that. When I see either of these cards come out. For the 5 of Cups, it's for a different reason than for the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like it's almost easier for me to read the 5 of Pentacles than to read the 5 of Cups, or at least give the message between the two of them. So let me see if I can hide myself again so we can compare these two and also talk more in depth about the 5 of Pentacles. All right, cool. Yes, good. Okay, so I kind of want the 5 of Pentacles to be the other way. Let me see if I can hide both. There we go. So the 5 of Pentacles to me is about financial hardships, maybe sometimes financial loss, feeling like you're a beggar out in the snow, feeling like you can't get the help that you need, but also knowing that the Pentacles, the 5 Pentacles that are in the 5 of Pentacles, look at where they're situated. That is stained glass. And to me, that indicates a church. To me, that indicates that these beggars out in the snow, destitute, feeling forlorn, feeling, like feelings of unworth or unworthiness and just needing to get help. That indicates to me they're outside of a church, and the help might be closer than they think. Or they're not even looking. Like, look at the figures again and where the figures are pointing or where the figures are looking. Anyway, you get the point. So at one point, we had all 5s side by side. And yeah, all 5 side by side. So you could really you could see all of them lined up together, and that way you could, compare and contrast a little bit more easily. Another really great technique that I've shown before in these episodes is looking at the different cards in different decks. So looking at the 5 of Cups and see how it's depicted in the Rider-Waite-Smith versus the Visionary Woman Tarot versus the Steampunk deck versus the Weiser Tarot versus the Mary L Tarot. Look at that same card from different perspectives of different tarot deck creators. And then you can compare and contrast, because I usually give this example about the Hierophant card, especially if you're having trouble with connecting to a certain tarot card's energy. A lot of tarot readers have a problem with the Hierophant card because it usually represents organized religion. And most of us tarot card readers are a little bit eccentric in our religious beliefs. Now, there are plenty of excellent tarot card readers that also have a Christian background or a Catholic background that don't feel it's a hypocrisy to read tarot cards and be a Catholic. There are some Catholics who feel differently, and you probably will never meet them as a tarot reader because they won't get their tarot cards read because it feels a little bit like false prophecy or thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Believe me, I have heard all sorts of crazy ass things when I have been standing in my local bookstore, which they always seem to have the New Age section right across from the Bibles. Why do you do this to us? Why? I do not need to be saved, okay? But the Hierophant card, to many people, represents organized religion. So if you've got a problem with organized religion, you probably have a little bit of a problem interpreting the Hierophant card. Legacy of the Divine by Cherry Marchetti, wonderful, wonderful tarot deck, reinterprets the Hierophant card as faith, renames and shows different men of different faiths and their holy scripture right next to them in almost glowing light, and this beautiful pillar of light coming through the center of it. That card changed my perspective of the Hierophant card. Your mileage may vary. You might have a different experience with a different deck or a different renaming, but this is the benefit of looking at different interpretations of different cards and seeing how the perspective might change. You might find a different way into that card's energy that you might not have expected. And I feel like I have done an episode on that too, reading difficult cards. Yeah, Fran says, I am in the South. Yeah. So I definitely have heard, the Southern spirituality or Southern religion, that good old Southern religion, sometimes has a problem with tarot card readers. That's, yep. And then nightmare cards as well. Nightmare cards, or, big bad cards of the tarot, I think was the name of the episode. Yeah, so the 5s and 7s were a double episode. Ooh, that's a good thought, Kaytee. Have you done a divination playlist that has all of the different ways of doing readings? I don't know, because gosh, I feel like sometimes it's hard to teach how to read, because there's so many different techniques. But I could probably start out that playlist with like bridging the bridge spread, which I found to be a spread that exists maybe in my own mind. I don't know. I've tried to attribute it to many different people, and every time I tried to attribute it, they were just like, nope, not mine. It's just like, that's a great technique though. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, who told me this technique so I can give them proper credit? But like, to my mind, like, nobody is taking credit for it. So, yeah, so divination playlist on different ways of readings, starting with the bridge spread. I'm writing myself notes here. We talked about Sabbats. We talked about 5s and 7s and big bad cards. Gosh, these are some really great episodes. Not that I'm tooting my own horn, because these are your suggestions. These are the things that you guys wanted to learn. So I'm writing that down. Divination playlist. We can definitely do that. All right. Yeah. Fran says, that good old Southern religion, they have a problem with spaghetti straps. Yeah. So that's the kind of level. So it's just like, if they've got a problem with spaghetti straps, they probably have a problem with my bra straps showing not underneath this. But like, I have big chesticles. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my God, I am a woman with breasts, exquisite breasts. So Dillen says, I so appreciate the cards through multiple decks. It's so wild. I love seeing the different interpretations of the macrocosm cards through the different decks I have. And, like, I know how many decks you have. By the way, quick fun fact, I have the little white book for the herbal tarot. So if you want to match up the herbal tarot with the little white book, which probably is not necessary for you, but it does have the information of the corresponding herbs. So you might want to match that back up, since you've absconded with my herbal tarot, which is fine. As long as I know where it is, you can have it for as long as you like. Dillen says, toot your own horn, baby. Toot, toot. Let's see. What else? Where where was I? Um, one oven will do. Yeah, fives and the sevens unboxing. Yay spells. Um, Stephanie said way back, my pocket deck has become my on the go to. Yeah, I love the mini deck. So I really like it's over on my windowsill charging under my quartz pillar. The reflective tarot, which is a mini deck, which is the mini Rider Waite Smith. I love that deck. It's really great for on the go. And depending on whether or not I'm like if I want to switch between decks really quickly, like I've got my Radiant Rider Waite Smith. That is my workhorse deck. You'll recognize it by the backs. It's the dark blue background with the stars on it. So that one is my go-to. I will use this the most with paying clients. Though I'm always open to switching up my decks and using something different. So I'll use this. I'll use the Weiser Tarot, which I really, really like. Now I have my mini Weiser Tarot, which I haven't opened yet. But I really like my reflective tarot because it's mini, and then it makes sometimes like it's not that I have a cramped workspace, but when you're doing a spread for someone, especially a Celtic cross, it can get a lot of cards can come out and come out very quickly. It's 10 to 11 cards. Sometimes it's better to have the mini version. So um, oh, thank you, Kaytee. Your series on different divination systems was great content. Thank you so much. So, Divination Lab. Actually, Divination Lab would be a really great place to start with the playlist on different ways of readings too. Or I could just do an entire other playlist of Divination Lab, different divination systems. Probably my favorite divination system other than tarot is my Tessera charms. I love that. And everyone seems to really love. That's another episode that I really enjoy doing where I kind of like unbox the Tessera, but then I gave readings with the Tessera. I really did enjoy that particular episode. Um, let's see what else. So we got into the Astrobiz Digest. We're about an hour and 13 minutes in. I want to make sure I've hit all of. I read that wrong. Da, da, da. Yeah. So I'm finally seeing this comment from Dillen. Oh, yeah, he loves his witches. He loves his witches. Hitting heart emojis. Hitting heart emojis like, whoa. Yeah, so more ritual episodes appeals to me. Okay. And then always that blue nose witch, the spooky story time of blue nose witch. By the way, it hasn't moved too far. It's around here somewhere. I swear I have it. Hopefully I'm not really scuffing it up over here, but it's like it's in here, which is my sign that I need to probably clean. If I haven't moved it from its spot, its appointed spot in the year since I did that episode, I think it's time for an overhaul. Um, yeah, did I do an episode on tea leaf reading? I think I might have. I'm pretty sure I did. So like I have that book, The Cup of Destiny by Jane Lyle, where it gives you different techniques for tea leaf reading and the different symbols. That happens to be close to hand right now. But usually my copy of Blue Nose Witch is around this area. Yeah. The reading of the Blue Nose Witch. Inner witch child gets happy then. Yes. Let's see. Divination playlist, nightmare cards. Dylan's comment, what have you covered with tarot and eclipses? Anything mixing those two together? I have not. Episodes to come. Tarot and eclipses. mixing them together? Question mark. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't. I can. I can try. What do you want to know about tarot and eclipses? um, what about when? Oh, that is. So let me go ahead and hide this because now we're getting into episodes that you guys want. Um, what about like this? This is an interesting question from Fran. What about one on knowing when to step away? Like that's like that's your karma. I want to be able to do an episode on that. Um, but that is such a cerebral, intuitive, you know when you know kind of feeling. Is that more about non knowing when to step away as the reader? Like this needs to play out. You don't need any more readings. You just need to let it play out. Um, I mean, I could give out advice on that right now, but it's like a very quick a quick advice or a quick tip about that. Um, so we've talked a little bit about it on card slingers. I think I have also done an episode on stalker cards. I'm not sure if I have, but we definitely talked about it on card slingers because we call that like tarot CSI. Um, that can play out when the same cards come up in the exact same positions. Yes, it has happened. It's very, very rare, but it has happened where I've seen the cards laid out in the exact same position, same cards. I swear, I swear. I did like a star spread, same cards, same exact position. And we shuffled. And this was like my former best friend. And I was just like, have you done any of the things I suggested? No. It's like, then why do you think the cards are going to be different? That was like the most compelling, pointed example I have ever seen of someone not doing the work or not doing the homework and expecting things to change. Oh boy. And of course, it was a love reading because why wouldn't it be? So knowing when to step away, that was definitely a step away. And then, of course, I didn't. But, that was my own butt. That was my own button to sling for not listening to my own advice. Now, I can say that as, the Hillary of 25 years later and being able to say back to her friend at the time or her past self, like, hey, you didn't know any better. Of course, you pulled more cards. You didn't know any better. You were just trying to help. I get it. So that's a really prime example of knowing when to step away and letting karma do its thing. I don't know if I'm answering your question necessarily or if it's a different question that I'm answering. And then, stalker cards that repeat themselves. It may be that it's just like something else needs to sort out, and it's not for me to sort it out. It's for them to sort out. So that's one of the ways I know when to step away. There are other ways, but that's the one that I can think of. That's the one that I have most to hand right now. Yeah. And of course, Dillen is also an excellent reader as well. So if I'm ever not available, I'll give you Dillen's contact information. She's an excellent tarot card reader as well. Sometimes in a reading, the cards tell me, all done, by just tossing out cards that make absolutely no sense and the energy feels disconnected. Yeah, so I will also experience that. So I've done a little skit on that where like I did like a psychic helpline or whatever, or Hillary's helpline, what can I do for your weird tarot questions? And that's one of them. It's just like, why am I getting all of the big bad cards of the tarot? And it has nothing to do with the question that I asked. And I'm just like, oh yeah, because it won't answer. You're done. You're done asking the question. If you haven't gotten a satisfactory answer, it's because the answer was given, and that's the answer that it is. And you need to stop asking the fucking question. Aw, wifey for lifey.
I I was looking at Book of Face Memories, and I think our wifey moon, the end of our wifey moon was 11 years ago. Was it 11 years ago or 12 years ago? I don't know. It was like the 1st to the 5th of September. I don't know. Check your Book of Face Memories, because they were definitely coming up for me. Um, yes, I know I did one on tea leaf reading, but that's not usually my jam. Like, I've done one on crystal ball scrying, I've done one on tea leaf reading, but those are an exercise in meditation. Like, it's such a different way of reading, where it's just like you're kind of waiting for the images to reveal themselves. While with the tarot, it's much more accessible, where it's just like the image is on the card. The card is right there in front of my face. With crystal ball scrying and with tea leaf reading, it's just like the symbols kind of like emerge, and you have to be patient and wait for them to emerge. Now, as a card carrying Aries, triple Aries, sun sign, Venus, and Mars, I don't want to freaking wait. Yeah, we need to do it again. 12 years ago. How was that 12 years ago? I don't know. Oh, and funny story, guys. So, I also promised this episode was going to be a little bit of behind the scenes. I was going to say behind the scenes for more of this live stream, but behind the scenes, when you have two witches that go on vacation, we cannot not help but read people. So, on that particular vacation, we read for a cast member who was giving out water. He was at like the cart. I don't remember all of the details, but as soon as he found out that we were witches and that we were readers, and I'm pretty sure at this point I did have my high priestess tarot card tattoo. So it's like that's my best business card right there. Um, we ended up giving him a reading, and it's just like it was very weird for me. Lizzie is very natural in her reading, so sometimes she'll just pick up on things. I do too, but it's just like I usually need my cards. I'm usually in the space where it's like I have my cards and I have it, and it's just like I'm actually like, but like this was on the fly, and I'm just like trying to listen. So we gave like kind of a tandem reading to this Disney cast member, and he ended up giving us bottles of water. So I'm just like, cross my palm with water instead of silver. Yes. There, cross my palm with water. Sure. I hope he's doing well, Dylan. I really do. We were seeing such good things for him. He wanted to be a performer. I think he wanted to be like a character performer. So he was working his way up. And I think he also wanted to travel and be a character performer on the cruise ships, if I'm remembering correctly. So we saw pretty good things for him, and we saw like the timing of it. I wonder how he's doing. I hope he's doing well. Um, the water was not free. LOL. Yes. Like he maybe gave it to us at a discount. He wasn't allowed to. But yes, Stephanie, you do have the same placements. I have the same Aries placements. LOL. You do. I think we've talked about that. You do. We're a lot. We're a lot. I am allowed to say that. You're allowed to say that because you have the same placements. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm scrolling back. Oh. See, I was gonna gloss over that. It's Hillary's fault I own so many decks. Yes, it is. You're welcome. Listen, when a woman that is the self-proclaimed the tarot lady, Teresa Reed, calls you the Keith Richards of tarot, you know you have a problem. But the first step is admitting you have a problem. Fran says, yes, let's blame Hillary for too many decks. That's fine. You can blame me.
So pendulums, yes. Kaytee's mentioning the pendulums episode. I actually have to teach Mr. Tarot by Hillary pendulums because and I know I have an episode, so I kind of want to like sit him down in front of the TV, turn on my YouTube channel, and like it's like here I've taught pendulums, but he's probably not going to um, want to sit in front of the TV. So I'm gonna like I feel like I did give him like a quick crash course, like show me yes, show me no, show me maybe. But he has his own pendulum now. I believe it is a tiger's eye. As soon as I saw a tiger's eye pendulum, I bought it for him. I think it was last year. I think like winter holiday, Yule last year. So pendulum one hit. It made me think that I should get a pendulum. You absolutely should. And Zuri, who is also a longtime viewer of the live stream, has her own shop, and she is also an excellent reader as well. You should purchase your pendulum through Zuri. She also has really wonderful like smudge sprays, all different accoutrements. So I'll remind people to shop from I think it's yatsuri.shop.com. Nope, that's not it. I'm gonna just put in Ask Zuri because that's how I'll be able to find it. Ask Zuri. Do. But there's so many different, crystal shops that are out there, and so I find that I want to be able to shout out people that I've known to be legitimate, that I've known they have good items. Yeah, and she's also got candle. Oh, Zuri, she has candles and Egyptian prophecy stones and golden sheen obsidian Mother Marys and fluorite owls. Stop me now! Stop me! Stop me! Stop me! Smee! Stop me, stop me, stop me. Don't you dare try to stop me, Smee. Try to stop me. So I will put that into the chat. It's yatzuri.com. If you want to get a pendulum, get one from Zuri. That'll probably be in crystals or sacred tools. Sacred tools. Ooh, crystal grid kit, affirmation Palo Santo, amethyst crid, crystal crid generate. Ooh, that's pretty. Alchemy Florida water. Oh no, amethyst pendulums. So there's amethyst pendulums. Oh my gosh. Attraction blessed herbal oil. I've always like secretly in my heart of there's a bloodstone pendulum. One left in stock, bloodstone pendulum. Kaytee, that might be the pendulum for you. I don't know why I'm saying this, but bloodstone, I don't know. I'm feeling that for you. There's also a brown agate ball pendulum. There's a carnelian pendulum. I don't know. That bloodstone one looks real nice. I'm getting a good vibe from that one. Faceted rainbow moonstone pendulums, garnet pendulum. Ooh, the garnet pendulum looks really pretty too. Stop me, stop me, stop me. So, yes, Dillen is also very good at pendulum work as well. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yes, yes. No, he did. He did give us the water for free for the reading. Yeah, good energy in Tiger. Good energy in Tiger's Eye. Yes. Yeah. It was a nice piece. I had to get it from him. Dylan says, I also own so many pendulums. Yeah, I have quite a few. I have a rose quartz, I have a labradorite, and I believe I got the labradorite from Zuri. I have a rose quartz orb, actually, I might have gotten the labradorite and the rose quartz from, no, the labradorite pendulum I got from Omega. The rose quartz, I think I got from Zuri. There is a star-shaped rose quartz that I got at Reader Studio. And then I have an amber one as well that I think I also got at Reader Studio. I do have a lot of pendulums as well. So if you're looking to purchase some pendulums or some other fun stuff, crystals, yatzuri.com. That's your good resource for that. Yeah, Dylan, sorry. Ooh, Egyptian prophecy stones, right? Right. I'd probably hang them around the house if I had them. Yeah, that's good too. And that way you have them hanging and it's just like, oh, need a quick intuitive hit. Here's a New Year's pendulum. Okay. I also got I got it at a street fair. And now I don't know where the heck I put them. I don't know if I stored them somewhere, but I got like witches ladders that has like feathers and trinkets on them. And I really like those too. All right. Stop it. Stop it. Stop me, Smee. Stop me, Smee. So Katie's like, I will go look at Zuri's shop later. Okay. So we have quite a number of episodes that we've discussed over the last 6 years of doing this. We have some suggestions about episodes to come, like tarot and eclipses and mixing them together. How do you know when to let karma do its thing? I don't know if I can do a full episode on that because it's like, I don't know. Go back to the big bad cards of the tarot, or when do you know it's done? I can show that. Hold on a second. Where's that sketch? Where's my shorts? I don't know if I put it up here or if I put it up on the Talk of Tick or the gram of Insta. Might have been the gram of Insta. I think it was Instagram. I can look. I'm particularly proud of those little sketches because you got to have a sense of humor doing this. And I mean, as of October, it'll be my 20th year being a professional tarot reader. And the confidence that I have now, not only is 20 years being in this weird business, but also being in my 40s, it's kind of priceless, and it comes with time and it comes with experience. Age does not necessarily equate to wisdom. There are quite many people that are my age or older that doesn't seem to have a lick of common sense. But for me, I have found the lessons that I've gotten over time, like I would not go back in time because they've all been very valuable, even the ones that are very tough, even the times where I had to fire clients, even the times where I was just like, my stomach was in knots having these hard conversations where it's just like, listen, I can't read for you anymore. Like we've gone as far as we can. And then I'm like hit with this like weird single white female energy. It's just like, I just want to understand. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like this is why you are coming to me with these questions. Like this is the reason. So there's a lot of lessons that I can impart, but most of the time they're going to be very personalized to you and your experience, because what I will tolerate or what my deal breakers are, they're going to be different than your deal breakers. And there might be a time where you never want to read tarot professionally, and that's completely fine too. But I do want everyone to find a divination tool that's right for them, that they can use in their personal life so they feel that connection with their intuition, which I do say every single person has. Because I really do believe that. I really do believe that everyone has intuition. And it's not mad at you if you haven't used it in a while. It is like a muscle that gets stronger with use and stronger with practice. But if you haven't listened to your intuition in a while and it seems to be a little bit quiet, it's still there. You might have to get quiet as well to be able to hear it, but your intuition's not mad at you. It didn't go away. It might be there, just be a little bit quiet. You can build it back up again. Promise. I promise you can. Dillen says, I will never stop you from getting pretty new shinies. I have plenty of shinies. So I need to be more mindful of what I am purchasing and where I am spending my money. Not to say I can't afford it. I have tried very hard to cut that out of our vocabulary because that's not a very manifestation, abundant kind of energy. It's not that we can't afford it, it's that we're choosing not to. We're choosing not to. So, like last week when we chose to buy a new gaming system, the Nintendo Switch 2. I chose that. It's almost like we were celebrating my full-time job in advance before I got it. And then I got it. So I am so fucking proud of you, my wifey. Thank you so much. I'm proud of you too. There's been a lot of wonderful, wonderful things to celebrate in the last month for both of us. So let's celebrate. Let's do it. All right. Any other episodes we want to talk about? Because we are an hour and 40 minutes in, and I do have my retail job tomorrow. Fortunately, not too early. So let us do the mid-episode reading. Right, exactly, Stephanie. Just like I choose to buy Lady Gaga tickets. Yeah. Another, pretty sure Lady Gaga is an Aries. Someone would want to look that up. Fairly certain Lady Gaga is an Aries. I can betcha. All right, let's do it. So, mid-episode reading, we're going to do the lottery jar, we're going to do the snake, we're going to do the countdown, and we were so busy having fun that I never got to do the crawler that said, stay tuned to be considered for a live tarot reading, because you all have stayed tuned because you're all regulars. So thanks. So to be considered for a live reading, comment tarot in the chat, TAROT in the chat. We will go ahead and put the timer to 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And if there's no takers, then we will move directly into the weekend forecast, in which I will pull an oracle card for you to enter into the weekend prepared and not scared. Whew! Oh my God, I'm itching to open this protection spells and the Weiser Tarot. And I still have this list that I have to send over to Marcus from Llewellyn to request these decks. Oh my God. I might just have to do an episode with you guys. Which decks? Like, let's go through the Llewellyn catalog and be like, which decks are interesting to you? Which books are interesting to you that you want me to review? I'm going to request Courtney's book, Sacred Tears, because I never got a copy of it, and I'm hearing such wonderful things. I did start to listen to her book, Kaytee, on Spotify because it's available for premium users. It's a little bit jarring. So I've said this before about Melissa's book, Kitchen Table Tarot, because it's read by someone that has a very seductive voice, I guess. I would probably have cognitive dissonance in listening to another person read that book, because whenever I go to Kitchen Table Tarot, to read it or to reference it, I'm hearing it in Melissa's voice because it is written exactly as she speaks. So it's hard for, I would be like, it would be very weird. I'm kind of finding the same thing is true for the Hecate book that I'm listening on audio, because I also know what Courtney sounds like. So I'm like, champagne problems, first world problems, I guess. Um, so, Dillen, if you want to be considered for the mid episode reading, you just need to put in the word tarot. Otherwise, you have 1 minute and Fran's going to get it. So, just the word tarot. No, I'm not massaging my breasts on camera. I keep on having this like bra problem where it's like I've got like a little muffin top happening here. Again, large, huge tracts of land problem. All right, 30 seconds. This is also the reason why I really like Be Live, because do you guys remember when we did the spinning wheel? Wheel of morality, turn, 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 tell us the lesson that we shall learn. Do we remember that with the sound effects and everything and the boo-boo? Do you remember that? That's how long we've been doing it. All right. It's Fran. It's Fran. Fran had no competition. So, Fran, you know the deal. Please go ahead and put your question into the chat. I will pull 3 cards for your question. And if you have a preference on which deck that you want to be read from, let me know in the chat. And I will let you know a couple of the decks that I have close to hand right now, but like, yeah, you do you. So we do have the Reflective Tarot over on the windowsill, so I can grab that. We do have the Visionary Woman Tarot. We do also have my Radiant Rider-Waite Smith. We have the Weiser Tarot. We also have the Meraki Tarot. Meraki Tarot, I believe, is the 2nd edition. Yes, it's the 2nd edition. So tell me your preference and tell me your question. Oh, and we also have the Accurate AF. And it looks like, what's down there? Which one is this one? Oh, that's a oracle. Never mind. You also have never mind. Yesterday was Fran's birthday. Happy birthday to Fran. What is ahead for me? Dealer's choice. So I'm feeling the Visionary Woman Tarot because I've really been loving this deck. I've been loving the guidebook interpretations as well. So we're going to go with that. Kaytee says the crazy wheel. Yes, it was very loud. Sorry. All right. A birthday reading for Fran. All right. And let's take down that. Okay. What does Fran need to know? What's ahead? All right, one more shuffle. Four of Cups, Two of Cups reversed, and Ace of Cups. I swear I shuffled. I swear I shuffled. So this is your reading. This is your reading. So we have, it's almost like a little bit of what's ahead. So the question was what's ahead. But then when we have the numbers kind of going backwards, it feels a little bit forward to go back or go back to go forward. So we have the Four of Cups, which is beautiful flowers. We have the Two of Cups reversed. We also have the Ace of Cups reversed. So it's just like, it does feel a little bit of that's the energy that I'm getting. Like, you know what I mean, Fran? Like, it's just like, like we're doing the hokey pokey and we're turning ourselves around. So that doesn't mean that it's going to be the entire year of that, but it just feels like, I think what's ahead for you in the near future is a little bit of like going backwards to come forward again. It's kind of like revisiting some stuff. And also, you know, with eclipse season coming up, there is a little bit of that energy going on where it's just like revisitation of stuff so that it can properly, like, it's coming up to be healed, basically. So we've got the Four of Cups, which is a beautiful card. Four of Cups can sometimes symbolize, you know, this is not the mocha choca latte I ordered. In this particular interpretation, it's like four, like almost like trumpet flowers radiating up. So it's definitely got a different meaning than its usual meaning. So I can't really give you the Rider-Waite-Smith version of this because it's not what's happening here. There's no closed body language. There's no, you know, offered cup and like, no. So I have to go to the guidebook for this. And again, this is the reason why I like the Visionary Woman Tarot, because this is also written by the artist who created the deck. So we have a little bit of insight as to why these flowers instead of like so you also have the Two of Cups coming up reversed. That's a very interesting depiction. I'm just going to show you the upright version where it's just like, so it's kind of a nod to the Rider-Waite-Smith version in which the two people are looking at each other, but the vision kind of is not exactly eye to eye. It's kind of this person's looking at the cup being offered, but this person is looking the person in the eye. So it's like two different perspectives. They're looking in different directions, which I'm sure will be referenced in the guidebook. And then you also have the Ace of Cups coming up reversed. So that energy, that emotion spilling out is happening. And it's just like, well, what's going to catch it though, since it is reversed? So those are my initial impressions of these cards. Now we're going to go to the guidebook. So, but again, the Suit of Cups, all cups. All right, court cards, no. Aces, yes. All right, Four of Cups, Two of Cups. So in order, the Four of Cups, uprights. In the RWS version of the Four of Cups, a man is sitting under a tree with his arms folded and he is not looking up. My image goes directly to the point of knowing the flowers hold the magic, the opportunity, the juice. We have to look up and understand the timing of ripeness. There is no point in grabbing at anything before it is ripe, like green bananas. I feel like I've given this reading before on this live stream. It's a very deja vu kind of feeling. I don't know if I've given you this card before, Fran. Ooh, feels very deja vu. Okay. There is no point in grabbing at anything before it is ripe, like green bananas. No action is necessary right now. The key is to be aware of your surroundings, for when the time is ripe, the Four of Cups will turn upside down, and if you are paying attention, you can receive the goods. So it's very interesting that we kind of want, it's almost like the card that is upright is the card that we don't want upright, and the cards that we do want upright are the cards that are reversed, because in this depiction, we want the ripeness, right? And that would be indicated by the upside down, okay? But they're not ripe yet. It's not ripe yet. It's not time. It's not ready yet. So then we have the Two of Cups coming up, reversed. So it's like it's kind of like a nod to trust the timing, and have patience and trust the timing. So the Two of Cups is about connecting and communicating. So the reversed meanings are venting, not communicating. No point in pushing. This conversation isn't going anywhere. One party is not listening, not on the same page. Break or pause in conversation or relationship. Delay in relationship, stalemate, not well met, more time to think. So again, percolating, not quite right timing, wait. Beautiful, beautiful cards. And then finally, the Ace of Cups reversed. Boundaries. Oh, someone might need to go back to the boundaries workshop. Even though, like, listen, today I was not enforcing my own boundaries. I said I wanted to leave at a certain time, and then I ended up being late for my own live stream that you're watching right now. So sometimes boundaries are not about other people. It's the boundaries that we give to ourselves. I'm just reminded of that in this reading. Boundaries are slipping, emotional reaction, or fit. This does not always mean something bad. Sometimes a bit of release is all we need. If your emotions are telling you they are full or empty, pay attention. You might need a timeout or just some fun. Nourish yourself back to balance. So, every single card in this reading is telling you to take a timeout. It's not a go at this time. It's a rest, it's a recuperation. I know the Four of Cups came up and not the Four of Swords, but to me, it's a very overall recuperative reading, and allowing yourself the timing, allowing the timing to be different than what's anticipated, or maybe like that comparisonitis going on. Allow the timing to be what it is, not what you would necessarily want it to be. Don't force it. I hope this helped. As a general what's to come energy, I'm going to go ahead and put these cards back into the deck. I am also going to pull an oracle card for you. Let me know, Fran, which one you want. So we have a couple of oracle decks to hand at the moment. We have the Work Your Light, we have the Star Seed, and we also have Super Attractor, and I believe we also have the Visionary Oracle as well. Starseed. Okay, so no, because Fran is picking Starseed for her reading, we're going to pick a different oracle for our weekend forecast. So, Starseed it is. Let's think about which oracle deck we want to pick from, if not Starseed. All right, from the Starseed. Awesome. It all makes perfect sense. Okay. So, what do you most need to know? What do you most need to take away from this reading? Happy birthday. Oh, I don't think I've ever pulled this card for like anyone before. So this card, wow. This card is all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. This is a gorgeous card too. So I'm gonna just hide this because I want you to all paths lead home. So it's almost like a stone croppings, but also like a stone labyrinth. Like Dylan, if you're still here, that's like what does that remind you of? It's like I've walked that labyrinth before. All right, all paths lead home. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, all paths lead home. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get into the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day, to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. So the inquiry that comes along with this card is, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? That, like, I swear I've never pulled that card for anyone before. A lot of them come up like more than once for people. They seem to be like probability wise, like they just seem to come up often. Never seen that one for anyone before. So congratulations. Yeah, that feels special. It is special. So feel free to like watch the replay and then take a screenshot so you can actually see the card. Or I think this is one of the cards that is on her website, or at least the interpretation is on her website. All paths lead home. I could probably pull it up really quickly. Let's see. Yeah, right there. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into the chat, but this is the image from Rebecca Campbell's website. So it has the image and also the companion book interpretation as well. So that is in the chat. It is also on screen. Basically, RebeccaCampbell.me/all paths lead home. So that way you can take a look at that particular card and that interpretation whenever you need to, as a reminder, that touchstone back to connect with yourself first. A lot of spiritual teachers will teach that. It's harder to do in practice. It's easy to teach. It's hard to do in practice. It's almost as if what you want to do is, even before you get out of bed, breathe and take a moment for yourself and to center yourself before you even, like, before your feet even touch the floor next to your bed. But that is a way to like start the day truly centered and truly from a place where it's just like nothing's going to shake me, nothing like can rattle me, because I have created the safety and homeness in my own body. So I hope that helped. Happy birthday, Fran. Again, once again, when you win the mid episode reading, you're also allowing yourself to be read publicly, which is a little bit vulnerable. So I appreciate you for being vulnerable enough to be read for in a public space. Never ever take it for granted. And for those of you who did not win the mid episode reading this week, try again next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time ish. All right. It looks like we're winding down from this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and so much for, not only just watching this episode, but watching all of these episodes from the past 6 years. It's a crazy amount of videos, and I really appreciate it, because it's not as fun doing this like pre-recording. It just feels really weird. So I like the feedback. I like the energy. I like the give and take of a live audience. Um, I think I thrive off of it. I think you definitely feel the difference in these videos, even when you watch the replay. Um, Even though it's more fun to tune in live. But if you're not able to, you still feel the energy of that live in the replays, because I'm talking to people, I'm answering questions, I don't know. There's just something about a live stream that I really thrive. So, thank you for watching for the past 6 years. I'm going to try not to cry. I'm not going to try not to get emotional, but like I really do appreciate it. I can't do it without you guys. Like without an audience, who am I? Probably no one. So, thank you all so much for watching. Let's choose the weekend forecast. Have we thoughts on which deck we want to be read from the for the weekend forecast? And while I'm waiting, I am going to upload our evergreen end screen so that I'm not having any weird gaps at the end of the episode. Let's see. That's the intro. Ha 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 ha. Found it. Okay. Yes, exactly. So much better live. I agree with you. I agree. Wow, I still can't believe that card. I mean, on some level, like that's a good lesson for all of us. That could be the weekend forecast for all of us. I feel that I feel like there's another message that we need to hear. So let's hear it. Which deck are we choosing? Majority is going to rule. Aw, Kaytee, thank you. We appreciate you too. No, you. No, you. I don't know what's happening right now, but apparently there is a very heated conversation going on my coven chats about baseball affiliation. And I'm sorry, my best friend is my best friend, but I will never be a Mets fan. It's not happening. I'm a Yankees fan till I die. Sorry. That's just how it is. It's rooted in childhood. I've been a Yankees fan since I was 5 years old. That's not going to change now. So that's all nearly as of next year, this is going to be 40 years of being a Yankees fan. Anyway, go Yankees. Let's go Yankees. If no one has an opinion, I'd say dealer's choice. No, don't make me choose, guys. Come on. I mean, this has been a marathon session, so we're a little over 2 hours in length, which is much better than last week, where it was only 15 minutes. So, we also have the Green Witch's Oracle as well, which has been a fan favorite this past week for the clients that I've seen, which is kind of wild. Like, it was really weird. I had I had a completely new client on Monday morning, and then I had a returning client, regular clients, Monday evening, and they both chose the Green Witch's Oracle for their end card. So, like, Fran says it's taco time. I want tacos. I also would like tacos. Oh gosh, did I put this away wrong? Oh, I'm making a mess of my decks. Yeah, I also would like food. If you can't choose, then repeat the selection. No. No. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Do we want to do Green Witch's Oracle? I feel like we go to work your light all the time. Okay. Done. Thank you. There is such a thing as decision fatigue. There's been so many decisions I've had to make over the last 2 days that I'm just like, yeah, I'm tapped out. I can't make one more decision. It will kill me if I make one more decision. In fact, Mr. Tarot by Hillary was saying before I got on a live stream, I'm going to order dinner. What do you want? I'm just like, hey, can't everything. Like, I'll eat anything. It's fine. I just I have to do the live stream. I couldn't think one more thing. I couldn't do a single more thing. Decision fatigue is a real thing. Okay. Green Witch's Oracle. Let's go. Well, that's the deep card. I don't need to shuffle. That's a card. I think the deep card is what we're going to go with. So, in case you're wondering what the deep card is the bottommost card on the deck. Is known to be, well, I call it the deep card. But it can be like a general, like, what's going on under the surface, can be advice, can be like, I'm going with the deep card. So our deep card and the weekend forecast for this weekend is Mortar and Pestle, integration, subtlety, and thoroughness. Now, the reason why I'm going with this, one, because I feel like it's the right card for us this weekend, and two, because I actually collect mortar and pestles. It's one of the things, like, it's just like, did you know, after 6 years of doing the live stream, that Hillary collects mortars and pestles? Now you know. Like, I have a green marble one. I have a blown glass one that has like little gold bubbles in it. I have a traditional white marble one. I had a wooden one. I don't know if I have that one anymore. I have a bunch of mortars and pestles, and like, it seemed like everyone knew that I collected them. So like, I have way more mortars and pestles than I would ever actually need. And I think my white marble one is sitting on my altar right now with dried rose petals in it. So, and a little bit of cinnamon as well. So, I don't know. It's mortar and pestle for this weekend. So let's go to the guidebook for the meaning of that from the Green Witch's Oracle, page 71. So this deck is geared towards both seasons, both herbs, and also tools that go along with a Green Witch work. So mortar and pestle, our weekend forecast, integration, subtlety, and thoroughness. The card meaning is the goals of the mortar and pestle are twofold. First, to reduce the size of something, and then to combine ingredients. In a spell, in order to evenly combine your components, you need to break them down into smaller parts. The grinding motion used with a mortar and pestle can appear aggressive, and applying too much force can make your ingredients fly everywhere. Yeah, I've experienced that firsthand. Again, card carrying Aries. Use finesse. Be gentle but thorough. Take the time to blend things evenly. This card tells you that something in your life needs to be better